Welcome to the Wellness Dentist Podcast. Join biological and cosmetic dentist Dr. Katie Toe as she explores holistic wellness through trending ideas, real stories, and patient experiences. This podcast will inspire you to make healthy lifestyle choices and take charge of your dental wellness. And now your host, the Wellness Dentist, Dr. Katie Toe.
Welcome to the Wellness Dentist Podcast. I'm Dr. Katie Toe, and today we have a very special guest. Really big presentation yesterday on day one of Biohacking conference with Dave Asprey, and we had an honor to have him today with us and talk about not just your journey, but your mission. I can see such a big mission, and everyone's in the room which is feeling that fire. So can you share with us about your story? How did you start on this wellness journey?
Yeah, Dr. Katie, I'm excited to be here with you. This is going to be a fun conversation. That's where it starts, pain to purpose for a lot of people. Like for me, I didn't share too much of my story on stage yesterday, but the story is that I was somebody who was very unhealthy. I was obese physically, obese mentally, 23 years old, dealing with all these symptoms: high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, pre-diabetes, inflammation, depression. And like most people, they want answers. Why do I have all these symptoms? Why don't I feel good? I'm 23 years old. And my doctor never gave me the solution in terms of the root cause to why I didn't feel well. It was always about a medication, never about lifestyle questions. So I took things into my own hand. I took responsibility. I started to really focus on mindset. Dr. Wayne Dyer's work and Bob Proctor's work, and really mindset was where it started. And then I took ownership and responsibility. I started focusing on real foods. I started focusing on movement and sleep. Eventually that progressed into learning about biological dentistry, which is your area of expertise, and biohacking. But I transformed my health. I lost 80 pounds in 9 months. I went from 34% body fat, being physically obese, to body fat in the single digits. And did it in 9 months, Katie. And that was 18 years ago. So I've been in this space ever since. And now I'm really, really passionate about helping other people who are insulin resistant, diabetic, and lost, and they're looking for answers or praying for answers. And my hope is that they find conversations like this, my book, and they get the answers to the root cause to why they don't feel well.
I love that you start out with the mindset because I just gave a breakout sessions and people immediately want to go into solution. Like, what do I do next? And the mindset, especially the ownership. Can you share with me? I know that you said the Thin Wire and all that book that you read. What do people need to prepare their mindset before they start this journey so they can stick? That's
right. It's the most important thing. It's an inside-out job. It starts with your thoughts. Your environment creates the thoughts that you have, and there's about 60,000 thoughts we have every day. There's just an autopilot. They're going right now, right, Katie? The thoughts are just nonstop. And they estimate that 90% of our thoughts are the same thoughts from yesterday. So we're just thinking the same things over and over and over. And most of those thoughts are negative thoughts. They're inflammatory thoughts. And we now know through research like Dr. Bruce Lipton's work, an inflammatory thought equals an inflammatory process within your cells. And if you're doing that 60,000 times a day, you're creating disease at an accelerated level. But if you change your environment, you change the input, then you change your thoughts. Now you have healthy thoughts, abundant thoughts. Then your cells are now anti-inflammatory. Your telomeres are protected, right? So you really have to start there. Because you could do all the biohacks and all the exercise and all the supplements in the world, but if you have these inflammatory thoughts that are nonstop 60,000 times a day, you can only get so far. So for me, that's how it started. We all want a physical six-pack, right? But what about a mental six-pack? What about the mentality? A lot of people are physically obese because they're mentally obese. But once you do that, take care of the thoughts and the mindset and the mental six-pack, then you get momentum. Then you carry that into different practices in your life, and that's where you make some real change.
Yeah, your change is like 18 years plus.
Yes. Yeah.
And keep going strong. So how important that is to people around you, like family and friends and your social circle, in terms of maintaining that success or even helping more people?
The most important thing, because that's the input. It's what your friends, your family, but also what you consume on television. If you watch television, your social media screen, the algorithms, all of that is being impressed into your subconscious mind, and then your body responds according to what's being impressed into that subconscious mind. Whether it's real or not, make-believe, it's all being accepted by that very important subconscious mind. So your environment needs to be protected. You become your environment. Then you become what you think about because of your environment, and all of a sudden, you're getting all these poor results in life and wondering, why do I have such bad luck? Well, there's no such thing as bad luck. It's law, right? It's a universal law. Like whatever you feed energy into expands. So if you're feeding energy from negative people, then you have negative thoughts, then you will produce negative responses in your body. But if you clean that up and you have conversations like this with people that are doing great work in the world, you're talking about abundance, you're reading amazing books, listening to podcasts like this, everything starts to shift and change. And it doesn't happen in one night, but as you do it over and over and over, that compounds over time. That's where you get some serious results.
Yeah. And you've been helping so many people, and you've been writing so many books too. What do you notice when people come and line up and, get your book and ask you questions? You said yesterday on stage, metabolic disorder is our true pandemic.
Yeah, it is. It is. So we spend $5 trillion every year on healthcare. It's a lot of money. It would be the fourth largest GDP in the world if that was a GDP. And one out of every $4 spent on healthcare in the US is spent on diabetes, which is a metabolic syndrome, part of metabolic syndrome. And most of it's type 2 diabetes, which, as you know, it's 100% preventable, 100% reversible. It's lifestyle. And there's a huge mismatch with doctors that are working with patients who are diabetic because they're treating diabetes with medication when diabetes is a lifestyle disease. So you change it and reverse it with lifestyle changes. Medication is just masking it. So we have a huge issue. That's the real problem. It's metabolic syndrome. 93% of Americans, adults, have some variation of insulin resistance, according to the research, according to a study that just came out 2 years ago. That's out of 100 people, 93 of them are going to have some sort of metabolic disorder.
That's right.
That's a high percentage. So that's the real thing. Once you fix that, once you lower insulin, lower blood sugar, lower inflammation, of course, look at the mouth, which is your expertise, explore all areas of interference, you remove the interference, the body heals itself. It always will heal itself. Whether you're 25 or 95, it will heal itself.
Yeah, I love that message on stage. You empower people to say, hey, you can heal yourself, but first you have to do the work.
Yes.
Yes. And so you mentioned about the metabolic disorder. We see that in the mouth. And I love that you mentioned how much we spend money on healthcare. And we stopped calling healthcare because we said it's sick care. They just really taking care of the sick people, and then the sick people just get sicker, more medication, and not getting improving. But true healthcare is prevention, right? The best way to fix a metabolic disorder is not having one to begin with.
That's right, 100%.
93%, that number, it's just mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing. And even obesity, right? In the 1930s, the year 1930, obesity rates in the U.S. was less than 5%. It was around like 2 to 3% in the United States. Now it's about 45%. Harvard is saying by 2030, it's going to be 50%. Like half of the United States population will be obese, not just overweight. And then you think about that our genetics don't change that fast. It's not a genetic, obesity is not a genetic issue. No. It's our lifestyle. It's epigenetics, as you know. Yep. So when we change the lifestyle, everything changes. But unfortunately, doctors are treating the symptoms. They're masking the symptoms. You see this with conventional dentistry as well. And in Metabolic Freedom, the last book that I wrote, I talk about the importance of the mouth. I couldn't really get into it, but I actually suggested that they find a holistic dentist. I said, look at these different organizations like IOAMT.org, and you know all about
IABDM.org.
Exactly, yeah. So I kind of sent these suggestions to them because I didn't have time to write about the book. But of course, so it's so important. It changed my life, biological dentistry.
Yeah. So yesterday you mentioned about the seed oils.
Yeah.
You know, crazy thing, we go to functional medical conference and people still arguing, is it really bad? Can you really one and for all telling people about seed oils and how dangerous that is?
Yeah, all you have to do is just go on YouTube and type in how canola oil is made, and you'll see the chemical processing. It's like a really industrial process for them. The tricky thing, Katie, is that seed oils are omega-6 fats, and it's not that all seed oils are bad for you. It's not that all omega-6 fats are bad for you. There are some really healthy omega-6 fats where you have like choline, phosphatidylcholine. You have really healthy omega-6 fats. It's the processed seed oils that are bad for you. But most of them are processed. It's when you're heating them and you're frying in them. The way that they're processed, they use high heat temperatures on these really fragile fats that have a lot of double bonds. The fats go rancid during processing, so they cover up the rancidity with chemical agents. They deodorize it. They put it in a plastic bottle, so not to mention the microplastics. And then we heat it over and over and over again, and we're taking these inflammatory hits. And the person that I referenced on stage, do you remember the part where I pulled out the cigarette? Yeah, so I pulled out the cigarette and I was going to light it. I wasn't really going to light it. I was
That was a
pretending.
shocking moment for people.
Yeah.
They're like, he's going to really smoke.
I could feel the tension in the room. I felt the tension in the room. And the point was that I was showing them that there's a toxicologist, Dr. Martin Grutfeld, who studied French fries, like McDonald's fries, for example, that were fried in vegetable oil. And he showed that the aldehyde contents that were produced by frying like 20 French fries were very similar to the aldehyde contents produced when you smoke 20 tobacco cigarettes. So the point was like, if you've never smoked cigarettes in your life, but you continue to eat French fries, it's kind of like you're smoking tobacco cigarettes every single day. There's no argument there. It's inflammatory fats. All you need to do is look at how they're processed.
Wow. That's really, yesterday talk was just packed with so much information. And I'm sure people like going to go take actions. And you have a book coming out.
Yes. Yeah.
Then it is your book number.
This is this is a re-release. So technically it's the third book that I launched because Metabolic Freedom was the fourth one.
Yes.
But it's a re-release of that one. So we could call it the fifth one if I want. I guess you could do the fifth one.
Obviously you update it and
It's
I'm sure,
updated.
yes, new information's in there.
Yes.
Can
yeah.
you share with us about the book and how can we get it?
Yeah, so it's called Keto Flex Revised. So in 2021, I self-published Keto Flex, and it did really well. And then I came out with Metabolic Freedom last year, did really well.
That was huge.
Thank you. That was with Hay House, and then Hay House they picked up the rights to Keto Flex, and they said, hey, we want you to revise it. So we're republishing that in July of this year, 2026. And it's more of a customized version of how to do keto and fasting. So for example, there's an entire chapter on how women who have a menstrual cycle do keto and fasting differently than women who are postmenopausal.
Thank you. Yes.
And of course, men. And then there's a chapter on how postmenopausal women do it. And then a chapter on how diabetics do it. So it teaches them about ketosis. And I'm not dogmatic about keto. I think it's great, but I'm not a fan of like continuous long-term ketosis. It's called keto flexing because you're flexing in and out of ketosis. But those 93% of people that we spoke about earlier that are metabolically unhealthy, they're in a keto deficiency. They forgot how to burn fat. Keto is simply a byproduct. Ketones are a byproduct of burning fat. So the book teaches them that, and then it gives them the protocol on how to accomplish it.
You know, yesterday when you talk about the 100 hours fasting,
Yeah.
I want to do that challenge for my team.
Oh, that would be so cool to do it together.
Yes.
It's life-changing. Have you ever done a long fast like that?
5 days.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So
my
you know.
longest.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my longest too, 5 days. How was it for you?
My goodness, by day 3, I'm like, I don't think I have to eat again.
Yeah, it
Right.
goes away.
But the first, I would say 36 hours
Mhm.
was a big challenge,
Yeah.
especially if people around you eating
Yes.
and you're like, oh, I think I have to eat just because of like the schedule.
Habitual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or smelling the food during a fast. That's always not enjoyable. It's life-changing though. It's really I think fasting is we're here at Dave's event and we love Dave. We love the Beyond conference. There's a whole bunch of amazing vendors here and gadgets and supplements, and they're all great. But you know, fasting is probably more powerful than everything here,
Yeah.
and it's free.
Yeah.
It's just it's the best way to harness the innate intelligence. This is the best way to remove the interference and just let your body heal, especially when it's a pure water fast. So 100 hours is great. If you've never fasted, like even just going 18 hours is great. 5 days is the sweet spot. I love that you did that. That's my longest fast too. But
It
it's
has so much clarity.
I believe it.
Yes.
It's like you're getting all this blood flow back to the brain from digestion, that energy diversion process that I spoke about yesterday. So
Yeah.
I love fasting. It's my favorite tool.
Yeah. We have a patient in our practice was given, I would say, less than 4 months by the MD Anderson, which is the cancer center in Houston. And she fasted for 41 days
Wow.
and she had no more cancer.
It's amazing.
The power of fasting.
So incredible.
Yes. But people don't understand that there's science in that. That's why they need to read the book because
Mhm.
it's not just about the fasting. So breaking the fast properly
Yeah.
and then cycling it because people cannot just fast forever.
Yeah. Good point. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a problem now that we get in our space. People fall in love with fasting. They do too much of it.
That's right.
So you got to balance out the fast, which we'll call the famine, with the feast and being in a fed state. So fasted state, fed state, that's the magic. It's going back and forth like you just said. I love hearing stories like that with the 41 days and the cancer. I hear a lot of those stories, and it makes sense. Most cancers are supplied by sugar and glucose.
That's right.
So when you starve it with fasting, you go into deep fat-burning ketosis mode. There are no cancers that I know of that feed on ketones. Like, it's very rare. And most of them feed on sugar. And if you could remove the fuel source, how could it grow and continue to thrive? It's not. You're going to starve it. So 41 days of starving this tumor, and it shrunk. It's so incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, she's still here and talking about it and let everyone know that how she done it. is amazing story. And then my team, when seeing a patient like that, they're like, okay, doc, I saw you fast 5 days, but this patient's really stage 4 cancer. That's amazing story.
That's so cool.
And again, it's not a guideline for everyone to do the same, but it's really success story that we like. There's really legit result from fasting.
So interesting.
Yeah.
And most people won't even believe that you could go 41 days without food. I've asked audiences before, like, how long do you think the Guinness World Record is for the longest recorded fast? And now people raised their hand, 5 days or 14 days. And the Guinness World Record is 382 days.
382 days.
Yes. It was a
Amazing.
Scotsman. His name is, I actually wrote about him in Keto Flex. His name was Angus Barbary, and it was in the 70s. Now, it was medically supervised, so that's very important.
That's right, supervised.
And he was morbidly obese. He was 450 pounds. Technically, it wasn't a water-only fast. So he had water, he had a multivitamin, nutritional yeast, coffee, and tea. But he didn't really eat a meal, right? For 382 days. And he went from 450 pounds to 180 pounds. Like completely, and his electrolytes look great. His blood work looked great. He dropped his blood pressure, right? So it's an extreme example just to show people, like, this guy did over a year. Like, you could go over a day, in the right environment and feel just fine. People just can't fathom going even a day without food in this day and age.
People don't understand that the metabolic disorders is a root cause of so many conditions. We have people with sleep apnea. The moment they work on their metabolic syndromes and start dropping weight and get put on more muscle, the body, helping them lost all that fat.
Yeah.
And they don't have any sleep apnea anymore.
Yeah. Or they go to you and they fix their, like me. I had, when I went to go Dr. Theodore Herman in 2018, he gave me an analysis. First of all, I had 8 silver fillings in my mouth for 20 plus years. Yeah.
Wow.
Which is a problem. But one of the things that he saw was the roof of my mouth. He said it was the most narrow, highest roof he's ever seen in his patients. And my teeth were all crooked. My nose was like, I had deviated septum. I was having trouble breathing, sleep apnea. I was looking at my sleep scores. They were terrible. So one of the things I did with him is I started to wear that expander.
Expansion,
Yeah, and that was because he said you could do surgery, which I don't recommend, or you could wear an expander. So I wore that thing for 5 years, just cranking it every.
Amazing.
And now, like, we've looked at the before and after photos, like, my entire face looks different.
That's right.
My teeth are straight, but I'm breathing better. My sleep is better. I'm getting more deep sleep, REM sleep. My oxygen saturation is up. It's like it's amazing how when you fix the airways, what it does for your metabolic health. But all the other things, like you said, also contribute to that as well.
That's right.
So it's a combination of everything.
Yes, it's all tied together, the mind and body connection. And I'm sure everyone curious, you are, not only leading this life for 18 years blood, helping so many people and wrote so many books. What is your top 3 daily wellness practices that you're like, it's non-negotiable, Katie, I do it whatever, because you travel on the roads a lot too.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so what those are the top 3 daily wellness practices that you're doing?
Number 1 is as a supplement that I take every day. I usually take it in the morning, take it before bed, but I also take it throughout the day. There's no toxicity limit on the supplement. You can take as much as you want. There's no negative feedback loop, meaning you can keep taking it. Your body still produces all the benefits from taking it. It's called vitamin G. And vitamin G is anti-inflammatory. It helps lower cortisol. It helps to boost oxytocin, helps to reset your dopamine receptor sites, and it's gratitude. It's the feeling of gratitude. That's vitamin G.
Vitamin G, okay.
And notice how I didn't say the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is not a practice or a checklist. It's a feeling, right? So gratitude is the first one. The second one is actually going to be an answer you're probably not going to expect, but it's listening or reading a book. 3 chapters from a current book that I'm almost on day 365. I've been doing this almost for a year. Every day I've been listening or reading chapters 4, 14, and 7 of a book called The Science of Getting Rich. And rich doesn't necessarily mean money. Rich means rich in health, rich in relationships, rich in abundance. Money is just a part of that. So those chapters have changed my life. It's changed my attitude. It's attracting a great abundance into my life, like people like you. So those are 3 things that I do every day. And you could apply that to just choosing a really good book and listening to it over and over and over every day, or reading it every day, not just reading and putting it away, like let it saturate you. So that's the second practice.
I love that.
The third practice is going to be getting outside, even when I'm traveling or when I'm back home in Miami, but getting outside, getting sunshine through my eyes, on my skin. It's easy to do that in Miami, not so much at different places, but sunshine every single day. And these 3 tips, they're all kind of free. I mean, you do have to buy the book, but the gratitude is free and the sunshine is free. You just have to buy a nice book. But other than that, they're pretty free. But I do that every single day, and that's how I'm able to transform my health. There's more like sleep and different things, but you asked for 3, so we'll keep it there.
Yes, I know the list is long. And in our practices and for our biological dentists, we always said that you had to have a library in your practice because patient number one cannot just being educated from the visit. They also had to educate themselves by reading. So I love that I'm now having a book that adding into my library and having. First of all, you had to read the book because otherwise, how do you know what in the book to put it up there and share with your patient?
True.
But we have reading requirement for our patient because, again, go back to that top priority is ownership.
Yes.
You said that you cannot want it more than they do. They have to willing to work for it. And that's the only way, even when they no longer need your help, they can still maintaining that result and helping others.
That's right.
So
I love it. You got to
we're
live,
gonna
it, you
add
gotta
this
live
book.
it to lead it.
Yes,
I love
right?
that, yes.
So we're going to add this book. Thank you so much for releasing it so people can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, so KetoFlex is available. I'm not sure when this comes out, but if they go to ketoflexbook.com, when you go there, whether it's a pre-order or the book's already out, comes out July 21st, there's free bonuses there. So that's where you would get it. It's also available on Amazon, bookstores, Audible, Spotify. But if you want the free bonuses, it's ketoflexbook.com.
Yes. I love that even from yesterday on stage, you're giving some practical tip. And then everyone just warm your table.
That was fun.
Yes, because people know that they can do something right away.
Yes.
It's not just something, an idea. It's actually something that they can take action.
That's the most important thing, as you know. It's not the information. It's the application of the information.
Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you again. I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to that book coming out in July and add that to our library. And then make sure that you follow and share when you get the book. And we want to see it on social.
Thank you so much, Dr. Katie.
Yes.
I love the work that you're doing. I appreciate the interview today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So make sure you subscribe and follow, and we will put all the show notes, all the website and social handle for you to follow Ben Azadi.